Hello down there. It's me. It's IHateWill, and this is iCraft Season 3. This is my perspective of the things happening on the server. We are currently in my little undercity, the place where I grind and farm and have all my storage units underneath the main empire. I'm building an empire this season. Claimed quite a bit of land, done quite a few builds, and I'm only gonna get crazier and bigger. Of course, we built it off a culture that we've created ourselves, but we shall dive into that a little later. I said dive funny. I said dive. I almost said dwelve, and it became some weird hybrid of a word. We are over here at the farm that we built last time. Actually, we built the one down here last time, that one. It's working well, but our focus will be up here because we've done one thing in between episodes. One thing I said we'd do. You watch. You watch. Last episode, we had 2 buttons to make the water come out. Why, now it's just one. It's just one. We've done some redstone, folks. We've done some redstone. How about here? Yes. Yes, we've done it. Why is that stuck there? Why is that like that? Why did that happen? I don't care. I'll work on that later. Figure it out. See what the deal is. Oh, I should plant too. So let's go ahead and do this. Boop, 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 boop. Currently, we have on Gen XB and the dude. Dude plays. He's on. No. We don't do that there. We put carrots there. So, server pretty active still. A month and a half into it. Everybody going strong, it looks like. Well, most everybody. Some everybody. But that's how servers work, right? You get uploads in bunches sometimes, and sometimes people fall off. But I have no doubt that everybody's best intentions are still in place. They're still strong members of the iCraft community. And the folks that are still around today doing their work, putting work in, why, they're very strong, aren't they? Very strong Minecrafters and YouTubers. It is foggy, boy. Look at this. I dig it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know what's causing this fog. Barometric pressure, humidity, warmth. Something is, but I like it. All right, so we're over here at our palace, and I wanted to show you guys this because I have not been recording anything over here recently because there's been no work. I'm at a standstill. And my standstill is this. That part of a roof. I don't know how I'm going to roof this thing. Let's take a look at the outside real fast. The wall of the palace. I like it. It looks good. But that's quite an elaborate style. And it's not based on anything in particular. So I have no pictures to look at to figure it out. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it real hard. Real hard. I may even go as far as to rebuild this in a creative world. I don't do creative builds. I just feel it out, and that's what I've done here. So I'd have to rebuild it all in a creative world. And maybe mess with roofs till I figure it out? I don't know. Maybe. I probably will do that. But I wanted to show you that. So obviously our focus won't be over here unless I have some kind of eureka breakthrough, which I doubt will happen. Too many concussions, buddy. Too much binge drinking. Too much brain cells gone from the old noodle noggin. It's the noodle noggin because I put noodles in my head. I'm a pasta eater. But we're going to come over here. And we're going to do 2 things in this general area. First up, You might notice I've done something different to the bridge. I've replaced this with wood down here, and I brought it down half a slab. That's going to help with creepers, and that's going to help with zombies. That's going to help out quite a bit. It's also going to make this stand out just a tad bit there, my friend. Whenever you have a slab going down, just gives it a nice depth. And I dig it and I like it. I might change some of these slabs out with some jungle wood, make it look like it's been washed down a bit. Maybe a different type of wood again, like a spruce, just to give it the appearance of a patch job. I don't know. The world is an oyster, and I'm going to put Worcester sauce right on that, baby. So we're going to be working on the bridge, and the key thing we need to work on, of course, without even questioning, we need to figure out a base. Now, I got a design in my head. I might try to work it out. The only thing I have not taken into consideration is how deep this goes. Compared to that, maybe we can figure that out together, shall we? We shall lay down blocks. Are you ready? Let's go. Where is the lowest point? In the middle. This is roughly the middle. Let's just call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12. Okay. Well, that works. That's not so bad. I can figure something out using that. Oh. Ravine City here, my friends. Let's get out of here. This is a very dangerous area. Right there. That works. Come on, man. Let's just knock you out. And boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. So, the base of the bridge, the foundation of the bridge, the thing that makes sure it doesn't fall over, needs to go right there. Needs to go right there. The other thing we need to work on is a granary. A granary is a building that stores grain, keeps it from spoiling, allowing the citizens of our great nation here to be able to feast in winter months, feast when there is famine, feast when armies attack, and burn their crops on the outside of the lands, burn their livestock, kill it, slaughter it, preventing the folks inside from getting any kind of fresh foods. At least they'll have seeds, well, grain, to have bread and porridge and other things, whatever they want. Wonderful. Not gluten-free, though. It all comes from wheat. But I digress. We need to come up with a granary. Now, there's a few ideas that we can go with. One giant silo. Maybe. Maybe we can make that work. But what I'd like to try is several smaller silos that open up into one larger area. I don't know why they would need several smaller silos. I just like the idea of it. I just enjoy that idea. So we would need, for this silo idea, a pathway for our carts coming from the mill here. So we're going to need a somewhat large area for them to walk into. And since our road is right here, we need to work that road through here. Now, we don't really need to have the granary point in this direction, because the granary is going to be around this crater right here, maybe even the entire size of this crater, which means that we are going to have buildings right here pointing at the road. So we just need to have some kind of road system that comes off this way, branches, and hits towards that bridge area right there. So that's the goal. That's what we're going to work with. I think we could pull it off. Yeah, I think we can pull it off. You know, sometimes things just go well. Sometimes you don't have a plan going into a build, and you just pull something off. That's what happened here. That's what happened at our wall. And to some extent, that's what happened at our palace. But sometimes you formulate a plan, You go into creative, you work on something, and then you apply it to the real world, and it just looks stupid. It does look stupid. First of all, no kind of support, really. That's not going to support the weight of that bridge. No, sir. Second of all, too busy. The bridge itself is already busy. Why did I complicate it with this? Now, this look alone, not bad. Maybe we can use it somewhere else. Maybe I can just chop off all that part and just use that top or something. But here, in this situation, unnecessary and, quite frankly, ugly. I just wanted to show you guys this before I knocked it down. I did build this in creative first, and this is the reason why I don't do things in creative. I need to be able to look at it, build it slowly, so that if I second guess myself, I can just get rid of it. Let's just knock that down. There we go. All right, the other thing I've done, and I'm not totally sure how I feel about this. It is very much a work in progress, obviously. Let's take a look at it. It's right here. This is the side of our silos, of our granaries. Very important to have. And again, our theory is, our way of justifying this existence is that the silos are going to be on each side. These little towers right here, that's the shape. They're going to fill up with grain. And in the middle is drop-off points. Let me say that correctly. With some kind of crane in the middle, so we can lift grain up. And then each one of these is going to have a doorway, and that's going to be kind of like a spillway / distribution distribution method. And that should work, right? The only issue I have is that when we look at it, let's take a look at it together. It looks like a temple or a mosque. And it just doesn't work. Maybe it works. I haven't done anything to it. The cobble, all of that's going to change, obviously. That's just a block to lay down for me to carve as I come up with designs. And I already have some stuff in my head, but that's roughly the heights of everything. There might be some kind of circular thing on top, or square thing, since these people worship the square. And we got to figure out a top for all these pillars here, these silos, and I got to finish building them. But I don't hate this. I just don't know if it works for a granary. Maybe it should be a temple, but if it's a temple, it certainly can't be here. And since I've built here, and it's been a while since I put out an episode, we might just have to live with this granary. We just got to find a way to make it work. Now, the thing that I do like about it, and I do love it a lot, is that you can see it from just about everywhere in our city so far. And I might build bigger buildings, I don't know yet. But it's nice to have that right there, that piece of, that landmark to look at as we walk through. I'm a big believer in peripheral eye candy. Things that make the world feel alive, things that make the world feel thick and juicy and alive. I said alive, didn't I? But yeah, something that makes us feel real. Because when we look at a city, especially a city behind walls, which we're going to have walls. I don't know if I told you that. We're going to have walls. You see little buildings, big buildings, medium buildings, all poking their heads through. As you walk through a city, there's multiple buildings. Not just this. Not just like houses evenly spread apart. We're talking about just clutter. Spam of different sized buildings. And that's how it's going to work. I've been playing a lot of The Witcher 3. Very important I do so. I am an American. I am used to the suburbs and the order that American cities have. You know, I'm from Fort Worth, a city of 700, 800,000 people. And we have a grid system in place. We have mark-offs in place everywhere. We have very distinct districts. And everything's built for the automobile. Now, the kind of world we're building in, maybe certain European cities like a Stockholm or a Malmo or something would be closer to what we're going for, where maybe the roads aren't necessarily built for the cars because the roads predate the automobile. Maybe the city is not made for the convenience of fast living. Maybe, just maybe, it's thick. And that's what I'm going to go for. That's what I like, the size of that build. But we're going to try to make it work. I'm going to carve it out. And I guess I'll do that next. To anybody that may walk by, this is a work in progress. I'm going to carve out the cobble. I put this sign here myself because, frankly, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed by this build. You ever feel like when you're on a server, you're doing a big build, the work in progress is embarrassing to you? And that you just wish people could see what's inside your head? But first, they have to see the rough draft. Well, this is a case where I'm also embarrassed by the rough draft and the final product. The final product is fine, really, but not for what this build is. And I've done a few things trying desperately to salvage something out of it. This is busy, isn't it? This build, it's got potential. It does. But not for a granary. This is a friggin' temple. This is a friggin' church. This is what we talked about earlier. This is a place of worship. You have these monoliths here, boom, boom, boom. These pillars, whatever you want to call them. They just make you to get down on your knees and praise the great quadrilateral that we worship in this land. They do not make you want to drop off grain. And frankly, too big. Now, the size of it really isn't that much of an issue because the whole idea is to have varying heights. And over here, as you can see, there was a concern about the windmill. That's what I was trying to say earlier. There was concern about the windmill, whether or not it would be still visible. But if you follow the main road, it's always there. Always there. That's why I placed it there, because I'm so smart. But this has got to go. Brother, a granary is nothing more than a warehouse. Why complicate things? What was that? Did you guys hear that? See that? Something happened. Ugh. So let's take care of this. We're going to clean this up, okay? Ooh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh. Oh, hi, we can just use you, huh? Oh, that was a double whammy. Beautiful. Okay, gonna clean the rest of this up with old Worky here. So after much thought, much debate, a whole lot of erasing, and some building, I think I got something here. I think I got it. I was looking at pictures of old Roman granaries, excuse me. And I realized that granaries sometimes are not silos or clay pots. Sometimes they're giant warehouses. And I thought, I can do a warehouse. I can do a warehouse no problem. Let me just fix this real fast. I saw something. There's a problem there. And I came up with the concept. Oops. I think you go like this. Yeah? Good enough. So I came up with a concept. Now this is a work in progress, as you can see, but this episode's gone a little long, and I need to end it. But let's look at it, okay? So we have our worker bees doing their thing at the mill, and after a while, when they've got enough grain, enough flour, whatever it is, I don't really know how these things work. They put them into a cart. They walk the cart onto the bridge right here, bring it over here. And it sucks. It sucks for them, but you know what? They're low-caste folks. They come up the stairs, the ramp. This is supposed to be a ramp, but, you know, Minecraft can't do a ramp. And bring it in to this area of the warehouse. They bring it all the way in, fill her up. Okay? Now, the grain goes one of two ways. It goes on this side, and this side's going to be blocked off on this side. But it goes over here. Some of it comes here. So that the people that distribute the flour and grain to the populace, they come here, they pick up, and they go this way. They feed these guys, they feed whoever else is out here. On the other side, same thing. Same process, just for a whole other part of the neighborhood. Alright, so we have people coming in through the middle. And then we have people coming in to these sides, and they bring them on out. So it's a very busy area. That's why the sides need to be so big. So when I was working on concepts, I thought, okay, let's think about this. Different architecture style that could help, and the roof is looking a little disheveled. Some of these are just blocks I placed here to get the roof built. So I'm going to have to work on that, of course. But look at the outlined shape. It's a different architecture style than we've done. This one's more of a traditional Roman style, of course. Very simple lines, very, very handy. Actually, it's going to look more like this. Yeah, that's the more complete look. And this one's got a higher roof. Not Nordic per se, but that high Nordic style, sure, in some regards. And I was thinking, an empire, because we're not building a simple kingdom. We're not building something that's been built in the last hundreds of years. We're building something that has stood the test of time, that has been around for several hundred years. And within several hundred years, building techniques change. Within several hundred years, architecture styles evolve or devolve even. Oh, hi! Hi there, fella. So, within look around your neighborhood, okay? The neighborhood you live in, most likely, unless you live in the country, probably has sections of neighborhood that are older. They have sections of the neighborhood that are newer. Even within the last 10 years, building materials have changed. Art styles have changed. So it would, suffice to say, in a large metropolis such as this, in a large metropolitan, come on guys, come on Phil, okay, we're going to take a nap. There's so many coming. Okay, in a large metropolitan area like this, the height of culture in this empire, you're going to see a lot of evolving and devolving art styles and architecture styles and building materials. So this works, okay? And I was going for, and I think I may have pulled it off, but I was going for having this be the original build and then having these little side things as additions. It's like you put an addition onto your house. It doesn't necessarily look great, but it's functional, and that's what we're going for, function. Now all that's left is getting some support beams up, adding some of this variation, and just making sure that it is mirrored on both sides, and that we can walk away happy with it. And we're going to do that in the next episode. Next episode is going to be a buildy episode. This episode took a long time to make, and it was very, here's my progress kind. So to balance it, we're going to do one where we just work on this, and if there's time, maybe build a cart for the windmill to bring into here. I think that might work. and just, spruce up the area, make it feel more alive so that we can walk away from this project feeling satisfied. And I have a lot to say next episode, a whole lot to say, so very buildy. But that's going to do it for today's episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. You know I love you. But for now, this is Will. I am signing off. Take care of yourself. And I will see you next time. Put your pants back on.